Let's talk finances, shall we? And just as a quick aside for anybody that's wondering what's going on the main channel, should be back tomorrow. That'll be about it, okay? I don't want to detract from any of the content that I do over here. Completely different tone and tenor, and especially today, because we're going to be talking about finances, okay? This is going to be more applicable to everybody that's out there, okay? Whether you live in Canada, the United States, basically anywhere in the Western developed world, you need cash. You also need other people's cash. You need to know how to leverage it in order to make something of yourself. Something that I've had to learn on my own because, again, this is the stuff that they don't teach you in schools, okay? Because, again, if somebody was actually empowered by this knowledge, there'd be a lot more dangerous people that are out there, okay? Not nefarious, okay? Not illegal dealings that are out there. More dangerous people, more capable people. So, we talked about this before, okay? Credit cards that you can use, okay, in order to build up your credit, okay? Getting a credit card, an introductory card, a line of credit in order to boost that score, even if it's just from base zero, you're starting out fresh as the daisy. What about leveling up a little bit? Once you get to a point where now you can start negotiating, you can start using your acquired credit in order to leverage a better card. Is it time to get a new credit card? And now we're going to be on the precipice of, even though we're kind of right smack dab in the middle of a recession, even though, we just keep on redefining what it means to be in a recession. Let's be honest here. If you can take a look at the numbers for yourself, you know exactly what's going on. And it's not centralized, like I said before, to Canada, the United States, and, anywhere in the Western Hemisphere. This is going down worldwide. So you can either be out in front of it or you can get caught up like the rest of them. I know where I want to be on this one. I know where you want to be, especially if you're watching this video right here. Credit cards are great for racking up rewards and points, but you want to ensure that you have the right card for your spending style. There are many considerations when picking a card, and depending on your life stage, you may need to pick a new one. The article will look at several different factors to consider when deciding whether you should get a new credit card. Number one, whoopch, you found a credit card with special sign-up bonuses. Yes, exactly. A lot of cards. I think probably the most common one that everybody sees, because let's be honest, everybody uses Amazon in order to purchase something. Okay, every once in a while somebody will say, "Boycott Amazon," especially when Parler was taken over. There was a big push. It's like, I'm gonna get rid of my Amazon Prime. Well, the COOF and all that stuff kind of locked down and closed out a whole bunch of local businesses. So unfortunately, regardless, and I live in like a pretty moderately sized city, a bunch of different locations ended up having to either shrink their inventory or just get rid of all of it because the business ended up closing down. So unfortunately, a lot of the purchases ended up getting shifted over to Amazon. So what do I mean by dragging out that analogy? Well, you're always prompted to sign up for an Amazon credit card. And what do they have on there? Well, we'll just go ahead and offer you a one-time $35 discount. Woo! Cool. For a credit card, in which I haven't looked into the terms and conditions because, again, that's never really piqued my interest or anything like that, where it's probably like a mid-20s interest rate that's on there. So, again, it's just a garbage credit card. It's like a Sears card back in the cut. Again, showing my age just a little bit. One of the best times to look for a new card is when the special sign-up bonuses are offered. The introductory bonuses can be worth hundreds of dollars. Often, it comes in the form of points or travel miles that you can redeem. Yes, exactly. Don't be sleeping on points. One of my first credit cards that I ever got was from a local credit union. It was a MasterCard, and it had a points-based system. I'm not too sure it had an annual fee or not. I don't think it did, okay? But it had a very low ceiling, okay? But it also had a point system, and oh boy, I took advantage of that stuff, and it's so easy to rack up because you can have points multipliers on top of it. And again, if you've been watching the other finance content that I've been doing on here, you also know that you just put your everyday purchases on the credit card, and then you can just immediately pay it off and reap the benefit of using other people's money to your advantage in order to get access to more people's money in order to leverage that. And you see how that cycle builds, and that you can just end up getting to the top instead of staying in the middle. Usually these bonuses require the new card holder to meet a spending goal within the first 30 to 90 days of opening the card. The goal is to get you to place money on the card, and you can build up a balance. During those introductory periods, interest rates are lower than normal too. Yeah, that's also what you'll notice. Yeah, introductory finance rate or rather interest rate in this case, okay, that would be purchasing if it's an introductory finance rate, but an introductory credit interest rate to the low to mid-teens, like that's pretty attractive, okay, and that's normally for The first few months, all the way up to the first couple of years. I've seen those. You don't earn rewards, okay? Many older cards don't actually offer rewards, so you could be using a card with no reward system. Yeah, and again, then they didn't start, like I was mentioning that card before with the point system, then it didn't start to update its ways to use and leverage those points, and it just became obsolete because the interest rate wasn't all that great, and I had an opportunity to get a better version of the MasterCard. So hey man, it's just thanks for your help, thanks for raising that credit score into the sevens, and I appreciate all that stuff. Now it's just time to move on to Amex and a different MasterCard. But anyways, so yeah, if you're using a card with no reward system, it's probably time to switch. Either cashback, significant cashback, not 1%, 2% some places, okay? 3, 4, 5%. If you have an opportunity to monkey branch up, that is, of course. And then, of course, yeah, point system, travel mile system, all that type of stuff. You should consider switching your card to a new one with better rewards, evaluate spending, and determine if you want cashback dining or miles rewards. I would always err on the side of cashback because, again, that just pays down your balance, and it's free money right there. Sure, it stays within the company itself, but hey, that's me, okay? Unless, of course, you like to travel and all that stuff, then you can just put it on miles, and that works as well, okay? If I was to personally rank it down, yeah, it would definitely be cashback, reward miles, and then, points and stuff after that. Annual fees are undercutting your card benefits. Yes, exactly, because there are some cards that are out there that people just like to buy for status. It's like, really extravagant wristwatches, and it's like, okay, you got a Rolex. Do you really need 7,000 diamonds on top of it, or does the status of having a Rolex just, do it for you? That's like you get invited to have an Amex Black card or something like that, and then you have an annual $4,000, $5,000 annual fee. For you and me, it's probably not exactly worth it right now, but if you get to a certain level, perhaps it's a luxury and it's a cool thing to pull out, and it's like, oh, take a look at my Black card. You can use it to flex, but honestly, if you're in the situation where I'm recommending all of these changes, it doesn't really worth it. It's not really worth it, sorry. If your card has high annual fees or the annual fee is eating up big chunks of your rewards, it might be a good time to switch to a new card or something. Some cards, like the American Express Gold card, I recommend, would have great rewards, but also come with high yearly fees. Well, what do I got? Oh, I got preferred, not gold. Sorry about that. Carefully consider your benefits of a card and whether or not that annual fee will actually make it worth it. Yeah, Amex has some really good cards, but then at the same time, they got some status lifestyle cards out there that you can use to flex, but not really do anything for you. Your current cards have high APR, annual percentage rate. Yes, exactly. One issue with credit cards is that they can have a high annual percentage rate. Currently, the average credit rate is at its highest since 1996. APR is the amount of interest you get charged every month when you carry a balance. The amount that gets added to your credit card balance as interest is if you have a high APR, you pay more interest every month. Yeah, that's what I meant before. By most introductory cards are going to set you back and put you in the range of, I think, low to mid 20s, and then if you miss a payment or something like that and you mess up somewhere along the way, you could be looking at closer to 30%. So again, that's why it's important to make all of your payments, even if it's just the minimum. You don't want to have to face that long term, because that's what will ultimately bite you. And yeah, again, the way that compound interest works, it's not just on the principal, it's on the entire total that's on the credit card that you're getting slapped with that 20, 21, 25% interest rate every single month. Don't find yourself in that situation. Your spending habits have changed. Telltale sign that you need to switch cards is that your spending habits have changed. As we grow older, change jobs, undergo major life changes, our spending habits naturally changed. For example, you may have previously used a travel card extensively, but now have settled down and utilize more cashback rewards. Yes, exactly. If you have started a business or a company has grown, you may also need a new card. Yes. Remember, your business should be in good standing and with a good reputation and financials before applying for a new business card. In either case, your credit card should match your spending habits, and you should research a card that is right for you. Your rewards aren't being used. Exactly. That's why I'm always just going, especially for personal use, because that's exactly what I'm talking about here. I have no idea what it is to have a business card or anything like that. That's beyond my pay grade. I'm talking about personal use only. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't travel that much, so reward miles, it doesn't do anything for me. I got air miles if I want to go to Safeway or something like that. If I want to collect miles, it just doesn't do anything for me. So that's why my cards, they all have cash back. Okay. Most cards offer rewards, but if you don't utilize these rewards, then you might want to switch cards. Because again, yeah, most of them have annual rates as well, especially when you start to get into the ones with better interest rates, okay? Better cashback percentages. You aren't taking advantage of all the different added benefits on top of that. You're just basically paying an annual fee for the service of holding somebody's plastic. Let's keep it a buck. For example, a business credit card can come with unlimited 2 times miles with 75,000 bonus miles. And if you have spent a certain amount to receive those bonus miles, if you're not frequently purchasing airline tickets and you aren't planning on putting purchases on the cards, these types of rewards will go unused and you will not be able to reap those benefits. And then, yeah, exactly. There's also that old gimmick where they're just going to expire. They don't roll over. So you need to make a certain amount of airline purchases in order to take advantage of that stuff. That's why I just always say cash back. Cash back gets paid out one time a year. That's fine. I'll be good with that. Don't worry about it. But what if you think that you need a new card? It's kind of like whenever a new cell phone comes out. Oh, I really need the new cell phone. Well, what's different about it? It's got a 12 megapixel camera. Well, what kind of camera does your phone have? It has 10 megapixels. Can you notice a difference? I want a new cell phone. Oh, okay, cool. I see what's going on. It's just marketing that's out there. So when to avoid getting a new card, okay? Just because it's shiny. Ooh, I like the new one. It's got sparkles on it. You're kind of stupid, okay? I like that MasterCard. It's black. It's like, you probably don't need that. And again, you don't need 50 credit cards as well. I have a couple. That's how I roll. Other people can be completely different. Not everywhere accepts Amex, but Amex has some of the best benefits that are out there. So that's why I have that one. And then I got my everyday use and my MasterCard. Okay. Do my online purchases with Amex and then my day-to-day grocery shopping with MasterCard because that's just the way this stuff works. Because again, the grocery stores that are around me don't accept Amex because they're stupid. I don't like it. So without doing your research first, don't get a new card, okay? Just because you just get caught up in the marketing of it. Ooh, I like it because the company that I like has a brand new MasterCard, or it has, oh my gosh, what was that back in the day? Like, I'm a big wrestling fan, or at least I was back in the cut. WCW in their dying days had I think they had a Visa or a MasterCard or something like that. Oh, I want the Diamond Dallas Page, the Venture card. It's like, you're stupid. Heck, if more people would have signed up for it, they wouldn't have lost so much money in 2000. Anyways, don't just apply for a new card the second you get the chance. It's important to do your research first. Researching all available options is important because not every card is right. Your spending habits, for your spending habits, sorry. In addition, applying for multiple cards can hurt your credit score. Yes, every single time that you apply for a line of credit in some form or fashion, you get ding that's on there. Multiple hits in a short amount of time will reflect poorly because it's like, why do you keep asking for stuff? Jeez, just get out of here, you needy freak. After you lose your job or your income drops, yeah, no, exactly. That's a credit card. Your credit score might be really high at that time. You might have worked your way up, but then think that you can just finance a new expenditure without having the proper amount of income to pay that stuff off. Yeah, that's bad. That's definitely not good. Avoid applying for a new card if you recently lost your job or if your business income has decreased significantly in the last couple of months. When you lose your job, you might need quick cash to pay for bills, but applying for a credit card or even just an increase in your credit, don't do that either. Don't do that. For one, paying your monthly credit card bills may become difficult. Secondly, when applying for a new credit card, you will have to provide your income level. Yeah, about that. Anyways, no. If you have no income, you will likely be declined, but you'll still take a hit on your credit score for the hard inquiry into your credit report. In that case, it is better to take the time to find a new job before applying for a new credit card. Similarly, if you've received business income has decreased, the company may end up struggling with paying off its credit card debt. Make sure you're always sending out timely invoices for each client, and you know all that stuff as well. Oh yes, applying for a new loan. Yeah, exactly. It just also leads into the fact that don't double dip when you're trying to leverage your credit. That's just stupid. Conversely, you should avoid applying for credit cards after applying for a large loan too. This can be one red flag to creditors that you're extending your credit. Yes, totally agree. So there you go. Now you get both sides of that. When you should upgrade and when you should just hold put. Hopefully that helps you out there. I like doing these finance ones because again, it's something that I definitely need to know more stuff about, but then I can also elaborate on what I do know, and teaching is always the best way to properly grasp a concept. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.